What up, YouTube? What up? So Alex came over with a little bit of wine to sip on.
No cheese to go with it, though.
This is the wine we were drinking. This is a Shutter Home White Zinfandel from California, and it is a cork wine.
It's fake cork, but
Can't really bitch. Now, if y'all want to see drink combos or crazy food hacks, you can donate to my Cash App or my PayPal, preferably PayPal, because I can order stuff with PayPal, but I can't order with Cash App. You don't have to donate, but it's greatly appreciated if you do. Yeah, I'll turn off slow mode, but if people start getting nasty or mean with it, then it's going to go back on. People can donate if they want to. And even if they don't donate, I'm not going to whine and pout about it, you fucking asshole troll. It's not about the money. It's about streaming for my fans. I was sitting here watching Good Mythical Morning.
And those are fantastic.
No, they're
normally.
not.
Yeah, they really are.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Get Simply Unlimited, our most affordable unlimited plan, starting at just $20 a month per line. It comes.
Let's see how it tastes.
Now we're going to decide if some
That's good wine.
unfamiliar games are part of a typical
Now this is for adults 21 and up.
midsummer celebration, or if they have nothing to do with Sweden at all. And speaking of games, Gudrun,
Yes.
are you familiar with the very popular game Catch the Fish with Granddad?
No.
Oh, she probably is familiar with Catch the Swedish Fish with Granddad.
Yeah,
Allow us to
exactly.
demonstrate.
Huh?
But just picture me having a Swedish fish in my hand. Come on, Granddad! Oh, there we got it. See, that was it. We do that all summer, not just midsummer.
I might have to implement that one and put a Swedish fish in the hands.
So we're gonna learn and play 3 different games. Again, one of them is played during midsummer. So this is the first game. Read it on the card. Let's see. This is Sladat Datra. Yeah. Each player takes turns using the narrow end of a hammer to hammer a nail into a stump of wood. Whoever gets their nail flush to the wood first wins. Is this the narrow end? I think this is the narrow end. It's already started, so I don't really need to put my other hand here, but you could hold it for me. See, you
There's blood. I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, but Link has to remove all of his appendages from the area.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Done. Yours isn't all the way in. I mean, it's flush, man. All right, you won. But I did pretty good. I mean, mine was in there. We were very, very close. So that's the first game. Very close. Man, I'm just tasting nasty. This one is pronounced cub. 2 teams take turns tossing sticks at each other's 5 blocks, aka cubs, in an attempt to knock each one over. Once a team has knocked over all 5 of their opponent's cubs, they can take aim at the king cub in the middle. Oh, the king cub. Whichever team knocks over the king cub first wins. So alternate. You know, Link, I guess you would take all the sticks? No, taking turns, one and then the other, alternating. So you had a rough day, so you're going to go first. Yeah.
Right?
Watch those shins. Yeah, Goodwin, you're in a real tough spot right now.
No, I'm
if I was on that side, you'd have nothing to worry about. I just feel like, can you hide behind Rhett?
Really?
No. I'll just.
You're not gonna.
I'm guarding it. I'm guarding it. Whoa! Hey, that was good.
Oh, that's actually really good.
All right.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so now we got to retrieve these.
Retrieving sticks.
Just
You're up.
another episode of Rhett and Link playing with his wood.
Nice,
Got one.
nice.
Oh, you got two? See, now I got the split.
And there's a sliver of a chance.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I got Josh.
Okay, okay,
Now-
okay.
You guys are
Josh,
good.
You
Moving
got-
on to the King Cub.
Good.
Got to go to the King Cub.
But you're up.
What? What's your name?
Ah.
Shush.
Okay.
I found that out.
Well, that was easy. Right at the
My
end.
first name, Josh.
All right, so you won the game, but there probably wasn't even Swedish.
Yeah, probably not even Swedish.
All right, read about this.
Okay.
The final game of the three.
Korsetsvard. Korsvard. Korsvard.
He's laughing.
The goal is to launch the wooden hoop from one player to the other. To do so, cross your rods, put them
Cross our rod.
cross your rods, put them through the wooden hoop, and then pull them apart to launch the rod forward. The other player catches the loop on one or both of their rods and then repeats. So this is just a friendly game of catch.
This is cool. But so who wins?
I don't think there's a winner. I think this is cooperative.
Okay, well, let's cooperate.
So I didn't see you do that. So
I went like
do whatever you did.
Seeing what the
Oh,
Ukrainian
oh, like-
immigrants
oh,
have to
you-
go
oh, you
through.
went like
It's
that,
basically
this,
a
and then
free
check it
ride
out.
for
Okay.
America, dude.
It really fires. Don't go too
Speaking of
hard.
which, Mr. Beast is doing an awesome thing. So
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
needs to
it
video
really-
something
it really
up
does
to
it, doesn't it?
Ukrainians. I would
This is
totally
fun.
donate
This is
to that
fun.
if I
Take me
could,
to
but
Sweden.
Yeah,
Oh,
let me
I'm not
let me
as broke as I
experience the
could
catch.
be, so,
Oh,
I was Mr. Beast famous as he was. I've been doing the same stuff, my dudes. Cheers, folks.
So they're just like, you just turn on Swedish TV and there's just athletes just going.
That being said, I want to send Mr. Beast
Now
some
we can be
tactical
famous, man. It's
stuff.
like,
If
hey,
you
we're
wanna
like the
get
Steph
yourself
Curry
some
and Clay
tactical
Thompson of
Yeah,
Sweden
my
right now.
chat.
You're Clay Thompson.
Okay.
Maverick number 3 is
Oh, my
amazing.
ACL.
Especially on a hot summer's day.
Okay.
Okay, we got it. We
All
got
right,
it.
I'm ready to guess.
It smells
Yeah,
like
I feel like
mint
that was almost a
eucalyptus
religious
and
experience.
sweetening
What's
the skin.
are most people in Sweden atheists?
Pheromones designed to spice up your
What's the
love
dominant
life.
religion?
Christianity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like not really.
Yeah, but not
I
yeah.
know tactical
but not
stuff
really.
works,
All right,
because
so,
when I walk
we get to each choose
into,
independently,
Yeah.
standing.
I don't know. You want to just stand behind the game? and
Stand
think
behind a
it's-
game that you believe is real.
Run behind it in three.
Yeah.
2, 1.
And if you want to get some,
Well,
for
it's gotta be
yourself,
this one.
Because this is so
links
original.
in the chat.
All right, so do you want to change to try to
Yeah.
take the lead?
Oh man, I want this to be real so bad.
Hammering nails, there's a bit of danger.
I mean, to be clear, like Rhett does have the lead right now,
Yeah,
currently.
do you want to move to take the lead?
I feel like it could be this one, and I've got to try, but I mean that it just feels like it's
Apologize
it.
if you
If
can't
this
hear
isn't
me,
a
I got
game
the air
and y'all
conditioner
invented it
on,
here,
I'm watching Good Mythical.
somebody getting a raise. No, this is right. It's got to be.
I mean, you could have stood behind the stump and you still both would have been incorrect.
It's the cup.
So what happened to the tree when they couldn't solve the math problem? Well, they got stumped.
Classic, my man.
Correct. Yes.
Boo!
So
That's for atheists.
the game with the hammers and the nails, the Swedish that we use translates to beat that wood. It's actually a
Beat
German
that
game
wood.
named Hammerschlagen.
Hammerschlagen.
And then someone just behind me goes, "Mhm."
Oh, yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
the other game that you liked so much, we used a Swedish phrase that translates to cross swords. Although,
Is that why you were laughing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, plus, I wanted to just like, maybe
That's
mislead
horrible.
you.
you did, and it
But it
worked.
was pronounced
No,
really funny
dude.
when you said it.
As in,
So I laughed at
funny
the
as in
pronunciation.
correct.
Yeah.
Uh,
So this is
And,
the real cub.
But it is the game that you like so much is a 19th century game from France called Graces.
Okay.
But can
Oh,
I make a suggestion?
Actually,
here?
it's spelled Graces. It's called Gras.
Girl.
I like it because you guys were really good. And for when I do Midsummer Game, I'm gonna take this one and make it a Swedish game.
We're changing
And
Midsummer.
You're changing Midsummer. I'm actually
You
gonna
have that power.
steal from France. See, I don't know if I have that power, but
It's like-
you guys were amazing.
You just show up with these like in a little quill, and you like take off your flower crown, and boom.
I like it, and you guys were awesome. So, honorary Swedish game
Okay.
from France.
Not all who wander are lost. We understand that sometimes the journey is more important than the destination. We are here for the seekers, the wanderers, the risk takers, and the adventure makers. It's uncharted from here. We're ready when you are.
At mydoorsign.com, we make signs that do all sorts of things. They help organize your space, they give people important reminders, and they keep people safe. From our simple plastic ADA compliant signs with raised lettering and beaded braille to fully customizable aluminum signs to textured decorative room number signs, we have everything you need. We've got a huge variety of designs, color options, and sizes, not to mention all the signs that you can customize. Our signs are built for use in real-world environments.
Hey, Rhett, guess who's out of the woods?
Yeah, like I
Taylor
said,
Swift?
no worries now.
Nope, my dad.
Oh yeah.
And you know what he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
You heard about this podcast?
Yeah.
He's got a brand new podcast called Dispatches from Myrtle Beach, where he lives, where he tells me all about his shagging adventures.
Your shagging adventures. Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with a link and his dad. His shagging adventures. Well, the link I posted in my live video.
Sounds like an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you want to get some shagging adventures of your own, man. Gotta get yourself some of this here tactical soap. And using this link and all that helps. Using this link, no pun intended, helps me as an affiliate.
Yeah. That means a very specific thing in South Carolina, though.
And the first 2 episodes are out. We're having a great time. It's the highlight of my week. So I invite you to check out Dispatches from Myrtle Beach, wherever you get your podcasts. They come out every Thursday. You can email him at ratherbeshaggin53@aol.com. It's not B-E, it's rather letter B. Shaggin without a G.
Got it.
People are having trouble.
Okay, Kayla, what do you? Oh,
I didn't know you were Swedish. Good dream.
Yeah, I know what she's doing,
What is
which
she
is one of my favorite things, actually. We can all speak. She just can't speak because
It's
she's
not a
picking
sarcastic
7
voice,
flowers,
it's the
which is
fucking
an
truth.
old-time tradition on Midsummer Eve, and then you sleep on it. And
You sleep on it,
you put them under your pillow,
which is why there's a bed, I guess.
and
I do
then you
have fire
dream
merch. Thank you for
of your
checking out
true
my
love.
merch.
So who wouldn't want to do that? And it is an old-time tradition.
So
all
is
the
this a way to find out who you're going to marry? Because your dreams will tell you things you don't really know.
In Sweden, nature is very important and has always been. And
Right.
on Midsummer Eve, all like plants and flowers and nature has like magical powers and can predict futures.
She's asleep. She's dreaming.
is this a Swedish style of sweet sleeping?
No.
This Swedish posture?
Very upright. It's good for acid reflux.
Posturepedic? No, she wasn't.
She doesn't want me to tell about her
So-
acid reflux.
So Stevie, what are we doing? Are we
Just watching her sleep.
just watching Michaela sleep? This is a good game.
You're,
No, I'm
you're
straight for average
asking
women
yes
that are
or
alive
no
and cisgender.
questions to try and figure out who she's dreaming of.
Oh, that's the game.
Michaela, if you can hear me.
Yes,
say
Courtney
that.
got her
Yeah.
wand.
Oh, she is Swedish.
Okay, that's my question, I guess.
Played video games and had
Are you
beer.
dreaming of a?
That's what we did on
celebrity?
Willard's birthday.
Yeah.
Is he predominantly a movie star?
Yeah.
Is he
Fuck
an
Wings of Redemption.
action movie star?
That fat pedophile
Nah.
fucker.
Is he a he?
Yeah,
Is he known for his acting chops?
yeah,
Is he already taken though?
No, she did not.
Nay.
Is he in something that people are talking about right now?
nay,
Does he have
Courtney's
facial
not gonna
hair?
break her wall.
Yeah.
You're fucking stupid,
Yeah.
dude.
Does he frequent superhero movies?
nay,
I don't mean to make this about race, but is he Asian?
nah.
So now we're just going to go through. I mean, you kind of set me up here.
I did, didn't I?
Is he Caucasian?
Yeah,
Facial hair acting white man in movies. That really narrows it down.
Yeah, right.
Is he funny?
yeah,
And by saying funny, are you saying he is primarily a comedic actor?
yeah. But did you ask what is he from Sweden? Have you asked that question?
No, should I? Is he from Sweden?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know who she's dreaming about. I'm just
he's
like,
Swedish. Jim Carrey Swedish?
That's your question.
I'm just sitting here reading chat. listening to the kids in the morning.
Is his last name Skarsgård?
nay.
Oh, yeah, but that's a good one because there's two of them.
And one of them has to be funny.
There's like 7 of them. All actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like actor is an interesting definition of the someone that you're thinking of, Michaela. Perhaps think about that definition loosely.
He's a loose actor.
Fuck wings and punch. Wishes he could make
Is he
ones.
more of a host?
Nay.
I mean, let me help you along. We'll say an on-camera personality would be a broad definition.
Is he in non-scripted content?
Nay? Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Does he have like a special gift or skill or whatever in
I
this
just don't give a
profession?
fuck if
Yeah.
he thinks the redemption
Oh.
talk shit.
Is he
He
real?
wishes he was
Is he human?
Nay.
Is he the Swedish chef?
Yeah.
That's what you were getting at, wasn't it? Yeah. You like that guy? He's handsome. Hey.
Big ball. Big ball.
When you guys hook up, if you want to share how that goes, I am all ears.
I'm not giving you those details.
All right, Rhett. You won. You are the man made in midsummer. Go over there and get your reward.
Yay!
Gudrun, the consul of Sweden.
Jättegrattis, bra jobbat, toppen! Alla bra saker som jag säger i Sverige. You are truly the man maiden of midsummer.
Woo! I'm feeling every bit of it. We want to thank the honorary consul of Sweden, Gudrun Giddings, for holding our hands through today's festivities. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, thank you.
And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Now you say you know what time it is.
Du vet vilken tid det är?
My name is Tuda, and we're from Stockholm, Sweden.
I don't hate on my audience, but if you're gonna troll, I'm just gonna
Look
pay
at
for
that.
my
We talk
fucking
about Sweden. We
channel,
got
not
Swedish
responsible.
mythical beast.
Yeah,
What are
here
the
we are.
chances? Click
Love
the top link to learn some Scandinavian slang and get mythical more.
And to find out where the Will of Mythicality is going to land. Email my dad a dirty joke to read on dispatches from Myrtle Beach. Rather be shagging53 at AOL.com. It's the letter.
Well, hold up now. Hold up. Hold up in 1 second. Right now I'm sipping on some wine that Alex brought over. He brought over a full bottle, and we're just sitting here sipping on it.
Click the top link to learn some Scandinavian slang and get mythical more.
And to find out where the Will of Mythicality is going to land. Email my dad a dirty joke to read on dispatches from Myrtle Beach. Rather be shagging53 at AOL.com.
at AOL.com. Subject. Rather be shaggin'. Did I spell that right? Rather be shaggin'. SHAGIN. Shaggin'.
Yep.
Okay. Subject. The greatest soap for men. Hey, link and
I won.
nice
Yeah.
links, Dad. I am a fan of GMM and a proud salesman of a soap called. Yeah, I love my tactical soap. Tactical soap. It's designed to attract. My spelling is atrocious. It's designed to attract. It's designed to. I hate my spelling. My spelling sucks. Attract. There it goes. The of age ladies. Here is a link if you're interested. And trust me, brother, this soap works. Wink, wink. Hope. Okay, I'm gonna put the link next. But yeah, I will. Hope this email. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to. No, you fuck. Finds you well. Best regards. Bonus and rent. Yeah. Even if they don't buy it, it's just cool to get a shout out. It'd be cool to get a shout out. I like how his email is rather be shagging. His email is rather be shagging. Rather be shagging at 53 at AOL.com. Send it out. So hopefully your links, Dad, just got that. As a proud affiliate for Tactical Soap. Yeah. And like I was saying during this episode of Good Mythical Morning, dude, the shit with Ukraine is really fucked right now. And it just makes me appreciate
Russia's losing right now, though.
yeah, how good I have it in America.
Russia's losing. One of the biggest fucking militaries in the world is kicking their ass kicked by a bunch of rebels. What's that say for the empire?
Yeah, no shit, man. But yeah, man, if y'all want to shout out, donate to the PayPal or the Cash App. Yeah. Hell yeah, we got $4.20. Whoa, what? Yes. From Sarah, thank you for the $4.20 to my PayPal. I hope you have a good day today. Well, thanks. I hope you do too. And thank you to Sarah for donating. That's what's up. Ha. So, yeah, if you guys donate to the PayPal or the Cash App, I will give you a shout out while we're live on YouTube.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I've been working on my Super Saver, but it's all at max now. And
Thank you, Kyle, for the $30. I appreciate that. I put that in my my bank account yesterday because it needed it. What do we got here? Carl with a K.
Carl with a K.
Can Parker Davis get a shout out? Thank you for the entertainment. We love you here in the UK, Cobes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
shout out to my UK fans and to Parker Davis. Cheers, boys and girls.
Cheers. Celebrate, baby. Celebrate, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, damn. $8.40. Now we're talking.
Damn.
Another $4.20 donation. Shout out to Joey Herbs. Thank you, Adam and Joey, for your $4.20 donation. Yeah, buddy. Oh, damn, $10? They're just going to keep going? All right. We'll keep this going, dude. Like, you keep donating money to them. I'll keep giving shout-outs. No, I did not give that away. I still have the sausage maker. It's in my kitchen. I wouldn't, dude, no, I don't do that to my fans like that, dude. Come on.
Nah, he won't even let me make sausage with it.
Because I want to make the first link with it. No, I don't give away stuff like that to my dude. No, dude, I don't do that to my fans.
They could use that here in his kitchen.
Yeah, exactly my point. I love the sausage maker, dude. That's gonna be really nice.
But I know that as fuck. I could use it in mine.
Right?
I go hunting this year. We're going bow hunting.
Hell yeah.
Go with me, bud. Fun. Go get your license.
How hundreds of biological men invaded a women's prison. Oh, Sydney Watson.
At mydoorsign.com, we make signs that do all sorts of things. They help organize your space. They give people important reminders. And they...
We are never getting off this ride.
Hey, we're on the fucking rails off a crazy train. And this is going to be one of those
We're going off
things.
the rails on a crazy train.
Millions of people living as foes. Mental wounds not healing.
So I have 4,000 meteor missiles and I have 17,000 hole punch rounds. I don't have enough ammo.
That sucks ass.
I don't have enough ammo.
Yeah, what do you do?
Buy more.
Yeah, there you go, man.
That's all I bought.
So yeah, man, if y'all want to shout out or donate.
I spend all my money on planes and ammo.
Yes, I did hear Ozzy was releasing a new album, and I'm looking forward to hearing it and downloading it and adding it to my collection. If you'd like
Alright, bro. 1v1.
shout outs, donate right there.
1v1, 2v2, or 4v4.
No, I am straight for of-age women that are alive, cisgendered, non-related, and consenting.
How many times you gotta say that?
No, I would never watch that disgusting movie. You got banned for asking that.
What movie?
Don't worry about it.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, no, I won't even watch it.
Hint, fuck sickos, and hint Netflix, and hint starts with a C.
Fuck Netflix.
Yeah. Ugh, dude.
Netflix has gotten so gross.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And
Welcome back to hell. Does that make me Satan?
Hi, Sydney. Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
as usual, before we
Welcome back to hell. Does that make me Satan? I will eat the souls of my trolls.
begin, today's video is sponsored by Established Titles and by me. You asked for pudding people merch. I made you some because I love.
Yes, protect the pudding people. It's just like my fuck sickos t-shirts. I love it, Sydney.
Some of you also asked for kid sizing, which are on the website too. Go check them out. There's tons to look at because we all need to protect the pudding people. Now, at the end of
Yeah, when you start giving more fucks about your own pronouns and your own shit versus protecting kids, that's where the problem that's the problem with our fucking society. You're letting kids do drag queen shows at a bar with inappropriate neon signs that say it's not gonna lick itself. You got 6-year-old boys dressed as adult female strippers dancing to inappropriate songs in front of adults who are drinking, and everyone's just sitting there with their cell phone filming it going, oh, isn't this funny, we're having a gas, and no one stops and goes, bro, this is borderline creepy, stop.
What the fuck am I hearing?
That was a video response I did earlier to
In front of a bar full of patrons drinking? What the fuck?
yeah, it was pretty messed up. I'm pretty sure that was a Sydney Watson video.
2019, I made a video on this channel about.
Actually, no, that was a Blair White video. That was a Blair White video. Now I remember it. I did a response to that Blair White video, and I was on a roll, and then my stream cut off, and then fucking I did part 2 of it the next day. But yeah, that Blair White video was super creepy.
Swedish man who murdered his girlfriend, then identified as a woman after the fact, and then was transferred to a women's prison. And
What? Hold up. I gotta turn off the air conditioner. Oh, I love my new apartment. It's not my apartment. It's not my new apartment. I love my apartment. It's got an air conditioner and a dishwasher. And that's what kills me about my fucking YouTube trolls, man. They found out where I lived at my old apartment and harassed my landlord with false customer neighbor complaints, fucking stupid shit like that. And my ex-landlord was kind enough to terminate my lease and not like evict me. Freaking long story short, all it did was get me into a bigger and better apartment where everyone supports me. So that's gotta sting, doesn't it? Because I was sitting there making videos around Halloween time, and all these asshole fucking trolls are like, Cobra's gonna be homeless, sitting there talking all this smack, and it's just like, you're a miserable fucking piece of shit, you know that?
Yes! I win.
Now, if worse comes to worse, my parents would not let me do that, you know, but it's not gonna have to come to that. Like I said,
Sorry,
you're good.
I smelled some fucking
Gazoon
troll
times.
shit, and I just sneezed.
Yeah, bullshit allergies, man.
Yeah, bullshit. Banta voodoo.
Get out the poodle.
Banta voodoo.
Fucking Jar Jar Binks was so annoying.
Yeah.
No, sorry, but when I think about Star Wars, I don't see Disney. The idea of Mickey Mouse holding a fucking lightsaber.
But to be fair, he was funnier in the Clone Wars. At least he kind of had more of a brain.
The only one.
Oh shit! People are shooting at me! Run!
The only character more obnoxious than Jar Jar Binks is Baby Yoda. I said it. Come at me.
His name is Grogu.
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 That sounds like Rogu, but instead of Rogu, it's Gogu.
Hey, Rogu tastes good.
No, I was thinking of that one. That was a reference, but anyways,
I know.
Rogu, fucking American Dad.
Oh, did you know they're coming out with a Groot movie?
Are they now?
Yeah, a Groot movie, man.
That's what's up.
I'm Groot.
Well, there you go.
I'm Groot. Played by Vin Diesel.
There you go.
Yeah. My favorite movie still this day by Vin Diesel was The Pacifier.
Was it?
Yeah, it was so cute. Seeing him changing diapers.
Yeah. Let's give it a check out. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Whore fuck. Damn it. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to order something to cope with this Sydney Watson because some fucking cocksucking asshole piece of fucking shit murdered his fucking wife, and at the very last fucking second identified as female because he didn't want to get raped in prison by his fellow man. So and shit, and it takes advantage of the transgendered system.
There is a system. People will find a
Way
to
to
take
abuse
advantage
it.
of it.
Yeah, no fucking shit. No fucking shit.
That's the plain, honest, simple truth. People take advantage of the good things that are offered until it's no longer
Success. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And that's the kind of crap that just gives the trans movement a bad name. You got all these good people who are just trying to live their fucking life. That's why this is why I sympathize with the trans and the gay community, because they got to go through so much crap like this just to get a bad fucking name.
Back then, before all of the additional madness of 2020, I thought this story was absolutely frickin' bananas. And if I'm being honest, I never thought that housing biological males with female inmates would ever take off in any significant way. Although, I don't know why. Because we live in clown world. And I still hate it here. But since then, and despite the fact that this topic always has new developments and continues to escalate, we hear very little about it. Besides, of course, the super frickin' banana stories that come up, such as California handing out condoms and Plan B to female prisoners, and 2 women at a New Jersey prison getting pregnant after having sex with transgender inmates. ACLU won a battle to house 27 inmates there. Because of course they did.
Let me ask you this. I ordered some stuff that'll be here shortly, but freaking let me ask you this. Is a dude gonna learn his fucking lesson? If a dude rapes or murders a female and then identifies as trans just so he can be in a safer, more secure prison, because let's be realistic, not trying to be fucking sexist, but Okay, women's prisons ain't shit compared to a man's prison.
Actually, no. You're false. They're worse.
Depends on the prison, I guess.
Go to Europe. They're way worse.
Well, we're talking here in America, dude. Like
Here in America,
that's what I'm getting at. Like on that, based off that hypothetical, do you think that the
Look at how
offender is going to learn their lesson?
look at how many fucking male to female prisons we have here. A lot more male than we do female. It's reversed in Europe.
I guess it depends on the state and the country and all that. Yeah.
It really does. It depends on where you're at. But America, we've conditioned, our society to think that women do no wrong.
Yeah, that's the problem with our society is women and men can both do wrong. 1 second.
That's the problem. It's all equal. And a lot of our countries don't see it that way. Like, hey, welcome to the system. They don't care if you're a man or a woman or black or white. They hate you all. They hate you all.
Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Like I said, I got it, folks. Thank you for the sausage maker. I'm just waiting for the right time to use it.
Yeah. Oh. Old fashioned. Old fashioned, buddy.
Yeah.
It's the best one to get.
Yes, it is.
Old fashioned. Make some deer sausage with that.
Yes, sir.
Want a pouch?
There, bud. What's that?
Want a pouch?
About what?
Want a nicotine pouch?
Nicotine pouch?
Yeah, I got one.
Good.
I think I need to get me some more, but I will hear later.
No, I'm good on the nicotine pouches.
Okay, good, because I only got 5 left.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, again, I think I gave you the Zen ones, the big ones, wherever they went.
But like I said, given that this topic gets such little attention, I thought it would be worth discussing. Because in the 2 and a bit years since I made my video, things have gotten kind of out of control. So that's what we're going to do today. Take a look at biological men in women's prisons and all the various twists and turns that go along with this topic. But
biological men should not be in a female's prisons. It's for the safety of women, and that's just how I'm gonna say it, because that's the truth.
Well, technically, it's not for their safety; it's for their detainment.
Well, I'm just saying, if you got a bunch of horny ass chicks who are used to being like lesbians and shit, and they want some dick, and they haven't had dick in like 20 years.
The U.S. actually has the highest population of gender neutral prisons.
Huh?
Hmm?
Of course, the U.S. has that.
Well, because Interpol doesn't distinguish if you're a man or a woman; they distinguish your fucking number.
Are you once again board my hell gondola, and I give you depression? And
hi, my name is David Bennett. I'm a chiropractor, a functional medicine consultant, a business consultant, and
I give you some extra sadness. Let's hear from today's sponsor, Established Titles. If you haven't hugged a tree today, it's possible you hate nature. If you haven't hugged your dog today, you definitely hate nature.
Murphy.
And if you don't have a dog, well,
it's a Murph.
In one. But fear not, friends, it doesn't have to be this way. Established Titles is here to make you a lord or lady, and in doing so, save the trees and these creepy frickin' bugs. Established Titles is a super cool initiative based on a historic Scottish custom. Established Titles helps you buy as little as a square foot of land on a private, dedicated Scottish estate, and you get to call yourself a lord or a lady. You get this official certificate with all the details, as well as a unique plot number that allows you to see the exact location of your land. You can go to Scotland, hug a tree, hug a Scotsman, see your land. It's beautiful. Of course, Established Titles
Yeah.
makes a great gift, especially for Father's Day, which is right around the corner. And let's not forget, for every order placed, Established Titles
already
commits to
have
planting a
this.
tree. This keeps these Scottish woodlands rich with woodlands. So to honor
Build
your
the
father by
company.
making him a lord,
Yeah.
click the link in the description. Established Titles is running a massive Father's Day sale, and with code Sydney, you can get an additional 10% off your entire purchase. In 1987, a man was shot and killed after a heated exchange outside a bar in Orange County, California. The perpetrator was sentenced to 17 years to life in a male prison. That inmate came to be known as Michelle Norsworthy, a biological male who, behind bars, began identifying as a woman. Norsworthy began expressing as female around 1994 and was eventually transferred to a Californian prison with a gender clinic. In 1999, Norsworthy was diagnosed with gender dysphoria and a year later was allowed to take female hormones. After suffering sexual abuse behind bars and with declining mental health, a prison psychologist recommended surgical treatments for gender dysphoria to alleviate Norsworthy's psychological distress. This wasn't easy at all to achieve. Norsworthy was denied access to those treatments time and time again. The ruling set a precedent for transgender.
Yeah, no fucking shit. That's how fucking no. I agree. It's the truth. It's 100% the fucking truth. Some fucking asshole rapes a bunch of women and then goes to prison and identifies as transgender, and then they make the fucking state pay for it. It's dumb. It's like, dude, that's like adding insult to injury. Like, dude, fuck off. Exactly. Put them to work. Make them save up for it.
Shit, they want out of the prison so bad. Why don't they go to a work camp? Oh, gee, because it might be the same mentality of people there too. Well, I guess it's our just society conditioning those people to be that way.
Right? Who knows, man?
I'm sorry, but I've got a brother in prison for rape, and when he called me up saying that he's getting raped, well,
karma's a bitch, bro.
Guess what goes around comes around, bro. I mean, sorry, you're my older brother and you're autistic, but I can't do shit for you.
Like I've met his brother. He's more autistic than I am. Like
way bad.
Ugh, dude. Like, not trying to be disrespectful to Alex or his family, but yeah.
He brought it upon himself, the dumb, stupid son of a bitch.
And you told him, hey, if you do this, you're gonna end up in prison. Dude.
I fucking warned him over the phone, like, hey, don't fucking do this. Come to the house. Stay away from that girl if that's how you feel.
Yeah. Did he listen? No.
Oh, fuck no, he didn't.
And that just gives autism a bad name, but that's for a different video. Fuck rape.
Well, now he's serving his time, and I told him, hey, keep your head up. Fucking don't let the fucking rapist get you down, but you somebody's bitch now.
I'd be like, well, that's what you get for fucking raping that chick, dude. Fucking.
What goes around comes around, man.
What your brother is going through is exactly why these men are identifying as trans after committing these fucked up crimes.
That's how prisons work, and
yeah,
my brother's not that way. He knows he's not. Granted, you know, he doesn't call me very often because he doesn't get.
So if he's not like that, then why the fuck did he do it?
He's not gay.
Okay, so he's straight. I get that, but like, there's a process. You don't just go around doing that shit to chicks.
He's impulsive and he's very easily misled. And yeah, he
misled. Oh, like when women fucking pretend to flirt with you to do what they want, like, oh, you're just
or
the
they
sweet.
talk about having sex with you and then they don't. He doesn't understand the kind of shit that they're just
doing
talking out their ass.
Yeah, they're just doing that to get what they want. You know, he does exactly, and
he's not up to that level of mentality. He doesn't understand. Yeah. So in all reality,
we're not blaming the victims here. Fuck that shit.
It should be underneath protection of family at all times.
It's your brother's fault. Yeah.
It's actually my dad's fault that my dad gave him up to the fucking state and the state guardian.
Well, I mean, it's your brother's fault for raping that chick. Is what I was saying.
Well, my brother, yeah, it's his fault because he did the fucking action. He did the action. He needs to accept the fucking consequences of it, right?
You shouldn't rape people, and if you're not willing to like put out, then don't tease them with it. That's just, I'm sorry, but
Do what you say. And
You
say
want
what
to talk
you do.
about how men are manipulative, not trying to pick on women, but that's the truth.
Well, it doesn't help when it's another autistic chick just about the same mentality as his who doesn't know what she's talking about either.
Oh my fucking really?
Yeah.
That just makes me fucking ooh, dude.
But at the same time, the fault lies solely on him because he's the one who did the action.
He went to make advances. She said no, stop, and he continued. That's rape. That's
rape.
Fuck rape and fuck rape sexuals, dude.
And now he's tasting his own medicine.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but when your older brother calls you up and says, I feel like I got a raper, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do when I already told you, dude, don't do that. Come to the house. And you keep doing it. Keep saying it. Well, do what you feel you gotta do, but accept the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, I wouldn't even said that. I would have said don't rape her and come to the house. But that's
I
just me.
did 3 times, and he still didn't listen. So that's when I finally got down to the moral aspect of things, and apparently he don't understand that.
Yeah, and that's kind of.
You just don't do that to people.
No, you don't, dude. It's do unto others as you'd have done to you, you know.
We don't understand that kind of stuff.
No, he don't.
No.
No, he don't.
And I feel bad for him, but at the same time, he brought it upon himself. And like I said, dumb, stupid son of a bitch. I called him that to his face, too, in court. They called me to testify, and I'm like, you dumb, stupid son of a bitch.
I told you not to do it, and what'd you do? You went and did it anyway.
And I fucking said it in court.
Yeah?
They know I'm the fucking old. They know I'm the more functioning brother, but they know I'm the younger brother. Now, see, that kid, I had to grow up fighting him all my life, and he's got retard brain.
The whole building comes down.
Oh, he can throw the back axle to a fucking 1-ton Chevy at you if he wants to.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's excess of 700 pounds.
God damn. Like, if there is a God, he's like, oh, crap, he's retarded. Well, you tell you what, I'll give him a huge cock and give him, like, the strength of a 4-ton elephant, and then let him sort it out.
Yeah,
It's
unfortunately, that is a true aspect about my brother. My family did say he is hung like a horse.
Yeah, could you imagine that conversation in the locker room? Like, no homo, but it's like, hey, who's that? That's Tiny Tim. I feel sorry for him. He's got dwarfism and Down syndrome. But
I'm not tiny. I'm a tripod.
And like, nah, bro, the ladies love him. Don't feel sorry for him. What do you mean? Dude's all getting changed in the locker room. God damn, what the fuck does he feed that thing?
Iguana. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that'd be just fucking mean if like you came out like mentally retarded and you have like a micro penis. I'd be like, oh.
You'll be your Peter.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be worse. Some of us have orbital strike cannons.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say, ladies? We don't mean to impale you, and no, we're not glad the impaler.
It's like, oh, that's why they call you Tiny Tim.
We're just trying to hit our mark. My ex-wife, oh God, you're impaling me. It's not that
Inmates
long.
and their right to specific treatments behind bars. Norsworthy was viewed by trans activists as a pioneer. But even Norsworthy admits now in 2022.
Wait, that's pretty sad that people who are raping and murdering women and then getting thrown in prison for their crimes and then identifying as trans or being seen as trans activists. That doesn't help the cause, people.
The door opened by this ruling was not a good one.
Because I didn't mean for this to happen. My case opened up a doorway in 2015 that I don't know. I'm waiting for the states to apologize to women. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Well, it did happen. And it is happening. And while Norsworthy might have opened a quite regrettable door, this has been going on for quite some time. The subject of placing trans women or biological males in women's institutions has been a very hot topic for civil rights groups and activists for the longest time. They argue that transgender women are at risk of sexual violence and general violence in men's institutions, and that they themselves do not pose a risk to female inmates. Oftentimes, transgender inmates are presented by the media and social discourse as a poorly...
Say it with me, people. Bullshit. Okay, if you place a man who identifies as a trans woman but still has a fully functioning penis, he is not only a risk to the inmates, but the inmates are also a risk to him. Okay, that's just a recipe for disaster.
I believe that's called vice versa, and that's more like a symphony construction because you got the bow and then you got the bowstring.
Pretty much. Metaphorically
population
speaking.
in need of rescue from a broken justice system and in need of affirmation for their gender identity. I need rescuing from this crap, but you don't see me complaining. I can't believe it's only taken me 2 years and I'm more than ready for the asteroid. Pro-LGBT outlets routinely focus on terrible cases of abuse in order to push the idea that
I know the feeling, Sydney, but it will get better. Sometimes it gets worse for a really long time before it starts to get better. The important thing is we have conversations and discussions that, even if they're a little uncomfortable to talk about, like, they resolve the issues.
Like a fat
For the
chick
most
at the
part.
bar next to you trying to take you home. That happened last night.
Say what now?
Like a fat chick trying to take you home. At the bar. It happened to me last night.
Alabama.
Don't get me wrong, she was pretty and she was nice to talk to, but I'm not into one night stands.
She had some nice tits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
She bought me a drink, I bought her a drink.
She had a pretty face.
Oh, she was beautiful in the face.
Oh yeah, dude.
Beautiful woman.
There you go.
She did her nails very nicely. They were a nice fucking satin red. Oh, I would have loved to, but I'm not young and dumb anymore. I'm 29. I want more to life.
You're still young, dude, but yeah, you're starting to figure it out.
I want more to life. If I meet somebody, I want to get to know them first. It's not, hey, hi, nice to meet you, let's go fuck.
Women act the same way about men, so if you want to call me a pig for asking those questions, fuck you, you're a hypocrite. I wasn't talking to you, I was just speaking in general. Women call me a pig for asking those questions about you almost scoring last night. You're the same way about dudes with your gal pals.
She wanted to score with me. I didn't want to score with her. I was just at the bar having a good time.
Only it doesn't sound like that with you, does it? It's completely different when you're a chick at the bar with your gal pals and some dude you're not into fucking comes up to you and he's just like picking Cheetos crumbs out of his beer gut belly button, like, hey, if you were a Twinkie,
actually, surprisingly,
I'd lick you.
Surprisingly, at the bar where I was at, there was no guys like that. They were all pretty athletic.
There was a joke.
Even the older guys.
Yeah, okay. I don't
but it was
care about that.
It's one of those bars where, you're just hanging out with your friends and your homies and stuff, having a couple beers, shooting pool. There ain't no place to hook up. There ain't no place to find a date. You want to find a date, go to church.
Fuck church.
I don't know, seriously, I found a lot more dates at churches that were actually very attractive women.
Oh, yeah, the younger generation of women, like 18 and above, currently, dude, they, them chicks get harder and harder with each generation. It's ridiculous.
I'm just at the point I'm really not into anybody right now.
Yeah.
I'm just doing me and focusing on me.
There you go. I feel that.
And I was sorry I hurt her feelings when I denied her, but I'm not into that. I'm not.
Did she go off and call you a man pig piece of shit and call you a fucking typical male and then tell you you couldn't handle a strong woman.
No, actually, she continued to sit there and talk to me, and we.
Well, I'm
about,
fucking color me shocked.
We talked about work, and she was like her nail stylist, so we talked about work. She talked about my nails, and I was like, yeah, I was just being sloppy with it. She's like, oh, I understand. I was. Usually, I got my girlfriends coming to me.
Because the argument totally doesn't work when you're a dude picking up on like the hottest chick at the bar, and you're like,
oh, she was by far not the hottest chick at the bar.
No, I didn't.
The hottest chick at the bar was my bartender.
Yeah, it usually is.
And she bought me a free drink for my birthday.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit late, but.
Oh, you're a cocktail waitress. Well, can I give you some cock? Ha ha! Just kidding.
She actually made me a blue raspberry, UV blue, and coconut Red Bull drink, and it was delicious.
It sounds delicious.
It was. Very delicious.
I'm just joshing people. Calm down. Like, oh my God, Cobra's so degrading. It's like,
hey, shush! Quit joshing people.
Shush. I found out that Josh in Russian, it means shush. It translates to shush.
Like Google
shush your
Translate
mouth.
says. We looked it up.
Viva la.
You know what we should do though?
Slavia, Ukrainian motherfucker.
You know what we should do though? We should definitely go to Colorado at some point.
Well, yeah, they got legal weed and illegal mushrooms.
Just go trip on mushrooms.
Hey,
man, what you smoking? I ain't smoke anything. I'm breathing. Cool, right?
Like, are we having an earthquake? Is that bell tower moving? No, man. I think the shrooms kicked in. Whoa. All of a sudden, you start seeing colors. You're like, oh, these penis enemies are kicking ass, dude.
Back when I was young and dumber than I am now, I used to grow shrooms. That was actually pretty interesting to learn.
Man.
Oh, I had Japanese Cubans. You ate a couple of those fuckers, you would fry them ball.
Yeah.
It was 98% psilocybin. Yeah.
Psychedelic.
You ate a fucking 8 of those motherfuckers. Yeah, we ain't seeing him back in his logical mind for the next 3 days. You'd be like,
yes.
dude, the unicorn in the bathroom says people are no good, but the dragon in the kitchen says keep going.
Like, I want to eat this sandwich in the fridge, but the purple dragon's guarding the fridge. God damn it! I gotta pull out my lightsaber and slay it.
It could be worse. You could be like me, playing Halo 3 online in the bathroom, taking a shit. Nowhere near the TV. Can't even see it, but you have to hear. Yeah, I'm kicking their ass. All right, gotta reload. Yeah, that's how good these fucking mushrooms are. You'll link with the fucking Xbox, man. You'll just see the screen in your head. And it'll actually be in real life. Like real-time connection between your brain and your Xbox.
So it's like, if you identify as a trans person and you're a dude, then you should be transferred to a dude prison, and then you shouldn't be allowed to get the fucking surgery unless you work for it in prison for yourself. And then at that point, you could be transferred once you're fully reassigned.
What if you identify as a transformer?
And if I made that joke, I'd be called a fucking homophobe. Classic, dude. I love it.
I can. I can get away with it. Decepticons.
Oh, man.
Get it?
Yeah.
You know what's the one thing a Decepticon
Optimus
can?
Prime became an Optimus Pamela.
Baby, if you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Prime.
That's horrible.
Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem.
My balls, your face. Duke Nukem forever.
I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
I'm here to chew bones and kick ass. I'm all out of bubble gum.
So try some of that. Can't believe you still got this thing.
It works. I use it for my CBD vape juice, man. I mix it with nicotine, some Delta 8 and CBD juice, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah,
three to four different juices.
I gotta order you a replacement coil, definitely for sure. It's getting old.
Oh, that's not a coil, it's a tank, man.
Yeah, but you can't. The ones my dad bought that I gave you, that it's a coil in there. You gotta replace the whole tank to replace the coil. They're only like $5 a tank.
It's not bad.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Males should be accommodated in women's prisons, so long as they identify as a woman. The issue is, and I made this point in my 2019 video, nobody really seems particularly concerned with what this does to female inmates.
But you don't see anybody giving me fucking bullets and missiles.
No, and Sydney makes a very fair point. Like she said in her 2019 video, no one cares about the safety of female inmates. I do, and it's sad. Like, okay, they might have done some fucked up shit, but they're still females, and that's sorry, but that's in my manly nature to protect and nurture and care for women. It's just, it's in my DNA. It's how I was raised. It's who I am as a person, you know.
Want this last Mountain Dew?
Yeah, thank you.
There's
There's an A&W cream soda in there if you want one.
Hell yeah, last one. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how long that stuff's gonna take to get you ordered, but it'll be here soon, I bet.
Should be.
Very little interest in how this impacts them, and no significant attention has been given to the data on this topic to determine if there is, in fact, a risk posed to women, which activists often claim doesn't exist. It does. It brings us to a point where we have to ask if the rights and safety of female inmates are being traded away, with very few people, like I said, actually interested in the consequences. Although, like I mentioned earlier, there have been significant developments when it comes to this topic, housing biological males in women's prisons is still a reasonably new phenomenon. We can trace it back to 2003 when a federal law called the Prison Rape Elimination Act, or PREA, came into effect. PREA was intended to prevent, track, and punish all kinds of sexual violence and abuse in prison. The legislation itself makes a point of saying that the high incidence of sexual assault within prisons involves actual and potential violations of the United States Constitution. You guessed it, the Eighth Amendment. Interestingly, it then references a 1994 court case, Farmer v. Brennan, where a pre-operative transsexual called D. Farmer, who projected feminine characteristics, sued a prison because the officials had displayed deliberate indifference to Farmer's safety, knowing the prison was a very violent environment. I'm confused. Aren't they all violent environments? It's worth noting that Farmer wasn't trying to be moved to a female facility, but rather be housed separately in a co-correctional institution. This feels like, at least in part, the basis for a lot of transgender.
Hey, you know what? Fuck that. They shouldn't have to be separated. The reason why prison sucks is because you did something bad. You're in jail for a reason, dude. It's not supposed to be fun or a vacation. They're not supposed to kiss your ass. You're supposed to do hard time and learn what the fuck you did.
I can understand the point of, okay, you're already in there serving your time. It already sucks as is. Okay, you're learning from it. Should you be raped by your fucking monkey or a bunch of fucking people from down the fucking hall?
No, I'm not saying that, but at the same time, I'm saying, like, look, dude, if you are a transgendered man and you are transitioning into a female, and ironically, you murdered a bunch of fucking females, like some fucking, what's his name, Silence of the Lambs fucking Bill type shit. Hannibal Lecter type shit. Put the lotion in the fucking basket, you know? Then it's, fuck off, dude. Not trying to be like that, but that's exactly my point.
Hannibal Lecter wasn't that dude, but we all know who you're talking about. And at least if you don't, you should watch that movie.
claims that came after. Many of them relate to the Eighth Amendment as the justification and basis for their positions.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know,
shit.
guys, color me crazy, but I think of cruel and unusual punishment as like, you know, drawing and quartering people or putting them in the box with the spikes and the face mask and the torture like that. You know, not housing people in a facility that matches their biological sex. They're not the same. Now, the 2003 PREA Act does not mention trans.
That's the truth. Like, I'm all for supporting trans rights, but I kind of feel like you lose those rights when you start murdering the gender you identify as. That may sound controversial, but I said it.
Gender, intersex, gender identity, or any similar wording of the.
Plus, this is the kind of crap that just gives trans people a bad name, you know? And no one's going to focus on the brave stories of these individuals. It's the fucking sickos who do crap like this, murder a bunch of women, and then identify it as trans at the last moment. And nobody focuses on the good ones. It's always the fucked up assholes. Within reason, of course. That's true for a lot of things.
Bad apple to ruin the fucking bunch.
Yep.
In fact, while the law was designed to protect inmates from sexual abuse, it does not establish rules on housing and moving inmates, and especially not based on how they identify. Rather, it was about protecting inmates in the institutions in which they are housed, because 2003 was a time that actually made more sense. I missed that. But as with most things, even this got weird. In 2012, the Department of Justice issued a final notice of PREA standards. So basically standards building on but separate to the 2003 legislation. The standards were expected to be implemented by all federal prisons and any state facilities that wanted to continue receiving federal funding. The 2012 standards included things like letting trans and intersex inmates shower separately from other inmates, and moving trans inmates to male and female facilities on a case-by-case basis. Of course, things were then accelerated in 2017 when Obama introduced the Federal Bureau of Prisons policies days before he left office. They stipulated that a federal inmate should be housed with respect to their gender identity. People love this gender identity stuff. In 2018, after several...
I'm like, no, they should not be housed in the prison with that they identify with their proper identity. Okay, if you're going to prison for like some really fucked up shit, then you're not going to learn a fucking thing if they coddle you. That's just the fucking truth. How are you supposed to understand what you did was bad if they coddled you? Okay, that's like saying, oh, well, if Alex Campbell's brother came out and said he was trans and identified as a woman, and now this fucking 500, however big he is, muscly fuck, is being put into a female prison with his dick still intact.
Yeah, no. That would be not a wise thing for the prison system to do.
That's exactly what they're
inmates
doing.
in the federal system.
No, don't do that.
I was going to say.
Okay.
That's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure I get my pint back.
Oh, yeah, you will. I just like this one to the future.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta get my brain together for that.
You're telling me, dude. That's the fucking truth. Alex Campbell's brother was arrested for raping a fellow autistic, and a female at that. And this dude is being put into prison for it. Now, could you imagine if Alex's brother came out and said he was trans, and then if Alex's brother identified as a female, and now, on top of raping a female, he's being thrown into a female's prison, because that's exactly what the fuck is happening right here, dude, and it's bullshit.
In Texas, challenged the policy in court, saying it made them feel unsafe because, I mean, like, no one's surprised by that. The Trump administration rolled back the policies and once again housed inmates based on biological sex. Gender identity was only considered in rare cases. For example, this would apply if someone had transitioned fully medically and surgically and would stick out like a sore thumb in a men's prison. We're talking people who look like Blair White. In 2022, the Biden administration rolled back people who look like Blair White. In 2022, the Biden administration rolled back Trump's rollback And
yeah, if you're fully transitioned or transitioned enough, you know, it's a very topic that just makes your head hurt.
instituted Obama's policies.
What is this?
Something that is obvious but still important to note is that federal and state laws are different. My understanding is that states can determine how they implement PREA on an individual level, and the policies that states have vary greatly. Remember how I mentioned California handing out condoms? Well, that's because California is one of the many states that have passed their own laws with pretty lax standards for cross-sex housing in prison. Senate Bill 132 came into effect in January 2021, and it disturbed people, and for good reason. The law allows for incarcerated transgender, non-binary, and intersex people to be housed and searched in a manner consistent with their gender identity and individual preference. Remember that time when prison was
An individual preference?
Yeah.
be a punishment for being probably not a great person in society, and now the government just does what you ask because, I don't know, like equality?
When Washington liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're attacking all of us. The left's agenda will destroy jobs. China will get stronger and America will get weaker. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology and America's security.
Visiting a Subaru retailer for service is the best way to keep your Subaru the way you love. They'll care for your vehicle.
Good for them for getting their individual preferences met. It does make me wonder about the female inmates' individual preference not to be raped. So, in short, if they...
Yeah, no one, and that's my whole fucking point, is more than likely that's how it's going to play out. If you allow a dude who rapes a bunch of women to be in a female prison simply because he said he identified as trans, he's going to get thrown into a female prison with his dick still intact, able to rape as many women as he can and not learning a fucking thing. You basically telling him, it's like letting your dog crap on the floor, and then as soon as your dog craps on the fucking floor, you hand him a dog biscuit. You know, that's how it is.
Good boy. That's not my floor.
Yeah, crap some more, why don't you? Yeah, no shit.
identify as a woman, they will be housed with women. And if their preference is to be housed with women, they will be housed with women. And let's remember, crucial.
If that's their preference, okay. If you fucking committed a horrific crime, you shouldn't have to have a preference. Okay, you rob a fucking bank, or you murder someone, or pull a mass shooting, or rape somebody. You shouldn't get to have a preference. Yeah, take your punishment like a man, dude. Not trying to be sexist or gender-based towards my own gender, but that's exactly how it is. Face the music, take it like a man. Now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. Is that Harry Potter's favorite Ozzy Osbourne song? Abracadabra, now you see it, now you don't. Okay, off topic.
This law was designed to protect people from sexual abuse in prison by letting anyone self-ID and then move into female facilities. What is this? Obviously, we would not expect a bigot like you to understand equality. That causes me pain. This has led to people like Jessica Han, a trans-identified male who is incarcerated for the murder of 2 children, being transferred to a women's facility.
Oh my god, this is the worst.
Expect a bigot
dude.
like you
This
to
is-
understand equality. That causes me pain. This has led to people like
serial baby killer released into California women's prison general population. So some miserable piece of shit murdered a bunch of babies, and because he didn't want to get raped in prison for being a horrible, absolute miserablest cunt piece of shit. Like I said, I had to order something to help cope with this video. It'll get here when it gets here. I'm not worried about that.
Han, a trans-identified male who is incarcerated for the murder of 2 children, being transferred to a women's facility. This story is actually a complete mess, and YouTube will 100% lose its mind if I discuss it, so I will link it in the description. And
I'm not reading that shit. If I read that fucking shit, I'm gonna pull out the remainder of my fucking hair. If I read that fucking story, that's what's gonna make me do. Just straight the remainder of it going. Then I'm gonna smash my fucking head into a brick wall after reading that. You fuck off with that. I'm not reading that shit.
Can suffer in your own time. Remember how I also mentioned 2 pregnant inmates at a facility in New Jersey? Well, that's because New Jersey also houses people based on their gender identity. At Edna Mahan Correctional, 27 transgender women have been newly housed. This includes an individual who brutally assaulted and killed a prostitute. This story is also really messed up. And, we'll include another individual who forced a pudding person to participate in the creation of inappropriate child material used by fans of the playground. This is fine. A handful of...
Oh, you kidding me? So some fucking sick fuck piece of shit produced CP and then went to jail for it, but because they identify as female, you have to be politically correct, otherwise you're the bigot. Dude. Put some Jack Daniels in this. Put some goddamn Jack Daniels in this shit.
Men who find themselves housed with these people have finally spoken up, saying that they're being traumatized and they're terrified. We feel like we're part of some sick joke. This is a nightmare that we can't wake up from. The women here are traumatized over and over again, and it seems as if no one cares about our needs. We feel like second-class citizens with no rights. The women even note that if they use the wrong pronouns or speak out of school, they're...
And in defense of Blair White as she is a trans woman, this is the kind of crap that gives LGBTQ plus a bad name.
Punished by the prison guards. The moment I found out that trans-identified males were coming to Edna Mahan, along with discovering that they were still equipped with their manhoods, that truly did something to me psychologically.
They just took these behemoths and they just threw them into their cells and said, deal with it. And then every time a girl does come out and say, I'm being harassed, or I'm being stalked, or I feel like I'm being dogged, they're just ignored. And that's not what PREA says. PREA says that once a report is made for sexual harassment, sexual assault, or any form of sexual abuse, you must respond. That's what correctional officers are supposed to do. They don't. Women have no say at all. And you know what? And I'm small compared to most of the fucking dudes that just showed up there. Some of them are like 260, 280 pounds, and I'm not.
Yeah, but you're a trans woman, not a woman. There's a difference. Not trying to be that guy, but if you have to insert the word trans into it, that means you have to transition into it.
You weren't born.
In fact,
exactly.
I'm talking.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, as long as you ain't a piece of shit and you're a decent person and you want to identify as a woman.
Fair, if you're going to prison, you probably are a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's exactly my fucking point. It's like, but yeah, exactly my point. If you're going to prison, you're probably a piece of shit.
Now imagine 10 of them walking in all of a sudden into a facility full of females who have been just running amok with each other all their lives, and all of a sudden now they don't have a prison anymore. And now when they try to ask for help, trans people got a lot more rights than they do.
Something that I want to note is that the vast majority of female inmates are not incarcerated for violent crime. In addition, a portion of that female population has been subject to sexual abuse and other kinds of violence in their life in the past. So bear that in mind when you hear the stories of the people with which they are now being housed. I did warn you. I told you this video would give you depression and sadness. Now, California and New Jersey are not isolated, and they're not. And when it comes to laws relating to this topic. In Connecticut, an inmate can be housed based on the gender identity expressed on their birth certificate, passport, or driver's license. Maine, Massachusetts, Illinois, and New York also have similar laws. But there are many stories coming out of prisons in these states where women have either been brutally.
New York was a fucking state of hard asses way before this fucking equality bullshit. Seriously. Why can't we all just have human fucking rights?
Because not everyone deserves human rights. As long as you ain't a sicko or a miserable piece of shit.
Concerned, if you force your will upon someone else, you are no longer human.
Yeah, exactly my point.
If you kill a child, you are no longer human.
Preach.
I mean, seriously, don't take someone else's innocence. That no longer makes you innocent. No longer makes you human in my eyes. As far as I'm concerned, you are no different than a
Advised by the new transfers, or the transfers themselves have a history of absolute depravity. And this brings our discussion to something that makes a lot of people very upset and therefore is routinely overlooked. More specifically, the kind of criminals requesting transfers to female facilities. In California, since the implementation of self-ID, there has been a 30% increase in incarcerated people identifying as trans. There have been nearly 300 transfer requests, and a third of those transfer requests are from registered sex offenders. The Bureau of Prisons reports that 48% of trans-identified federal inmates are sex offenders. Something else worth taking into account is that biological males IDing as trans are classified at the high security level at 3 times the rate of the general population of federal inmates.
Why are we still here?
I gotta tell ya, I'm someone who is not good at maths, and even I know this is bad. Like, really, really bad. It really appears that these laws do not disqualify people who might be a threat to women. And honestly, that is really troubling, especially if you consider the words of Michelle Norsworthy, who we discussed earlier, who suggested that California's self-ID law was sold on the premise that it was intended to protect people like myself from sexual assault. But they transferred a lot of inmates, and I knew every single one of them when they got to the women's prison, and not one of them has anything in their file that says they've been a victim of sexual assault. Norsworthy also said that the first 10 male inmates who were transferred to the California Central Women's Facility were placed in solitary confinement for trying to initiate sexual relationships with female inmates.
How many of them actually stopped their hormones when they got there? And why? Because they wanted their penises to work. You know, that's the graphic details. They all went in there and said, I'm a woman. I'm a victim and I'm tired of being harassed and I want to go to a woman's prison. They got there and stopped their hormones. That was the first sign. This was a one-way thing and they're only rolling it out that way.
Just totally freaking bonkers. Now, obviously, this is not isolated.
What's up? Okay, hold on one second. I don't know who the fuck Mark is. That's my ex. Oh. I'm like, no, dude, I don't fucking know. Who the fuck? I'm straight for average women, so what the fuck's his deal?
United States. I wish it were contained, but the stupid is global. In the United Kingdom, for example, things are equally as dicey. Some have argued that the existing laws were paved by a convicted sex offender and murderer who now identifies as a woman. Because of an individual called Karen Jones in a 2011 case, prison housing criteria was changed from one's genitals to one's legal documentation, meaning a person who legally changed their gender marker on paper was able to request a transfer. The argument that Jones would be hard to manage in a women's prison was dismissed on the grounds that Jones would pose still greater difficulties if thwarted, due to what the consultant forensic psychologist described as narcissistic, compulsive, aggressive, violent, and sadistic elements in Jones's personality. The rights of the women who would have to share facilities with such a person were ignored. I honestly just feel like this is the running theme of this video, that it's just easier to capitulate, just easier to do what these people want because, you know, who cares about the woman? Just who cares? What even is a woman? What do words even mean anyway? Now you're getting it. The reason this is important is because in 2004, the UK made it easier to change one's gender on legal documentation, like birth certificates and so on. This also meant introducing what is known today as a GRC, or gender recognition certificate. A GRC means your acquired gender is legally recognized in the UK. It costs £5 and requires an individual state they have lived as their gender for 2 years. This becomes a problem when it comes to prisons. For starters, prisoners can apply for a GRC behind bars, and males who already have a GRC are automatically placed in a women's prison, whether they're intact or not. You know, if you know what I mean when I say intact. Until recently, the British government did not keep data on males in female facilities who had a GRC. Biological men with a GRC were recorded as female. In late 2021, all of this changed. An order came into effect that effectively meant the amount of males in women's prisons, both with and without a GRC, could be revealed and tracked. Now, obviously, and it goes without saying, recording biological men as women makes things incredibly difficult when it comes to statistics. It skews everything and makes it absurdly confusing. But here is some information that we do have. As of November 2021, there were 197 transgender inmates in England and Wales prisons. Again, this excludes those with a GRC because they're recorded as female. 158 of those are males who identify as women. 60% of these people are being held for sexual offenses. To put that in perspective, 17% of the normal male population have a sexual offense conviction. Scotland does all of this a little bit differently because, you know, it's Scotland. And similar to the United States, prisoners in Scotland are housed based on self-declared gender identity. The last thing I'll note on this is that it's worth remembering the issue the UK was having with police who were recording the gender identity of criminals rather than their sex. In 2019, in Scotland, it was reported that criminal incidents were being tracked by police based on self-reported gender identity. So, for example, a male rapist could say that he was a woman, and even if he did not have any legal documents stating that, the police would record him as a woman. Police in England and Wales were ordered to stop doing this and record the sex of a criminal instead because there was concern that the crime data was being warped. I took my jumper off because it's just like way too hot in here. Anyway, as I noted back in 2019 and now doing more research for this topic, I think it's fair to say that the laws and policies created here were done so without the best interests of women in mind. And this entire debate goes right off the rails when you realize that sex offenders are being transferred to women's prisons where female inmates are basically sitting ducks. And I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that all transgender people are sex offenders, but I think the information that we do have indicates that it is quite easy for a sex offender to identify as a woman in order to gain access to biological women. Not only that, but these policies are so easy to abuse for both people who don't really identify as women but do for the purposes of gaining access to the females in prison, but also people who really do identify as women who are kind of depraved. Well, I think it's awesome to call attention to this, and I think that there is a level of justifiable anger.
You can't have a conversation about this without someone being like, you're such a transphobe.
That a lot of us experience here. I do want to note that there are people who are attempting to push back against these laws and policies. Not only are there specific groups and organizations pushing back, but there are lawyers who are actively resisting these policies in the states where they are at their worst. In California, a feminist legal organization called Women's Liberation Front launched a lawsuit against the state on behalf of 4 female inmates who were victimized in various ways by male transfers. And in the UK, an advocacy group called Keep Prison Single Sex has been filing access to information requests that have been revealing the extent of the problem and lobbying the government to change these policies. So there are people who are pushing back, and I think that a lot of the times with the stories we discuss, it's a little bit disheartening, but here people are working in the best interests of female inmates, and that has to count for something. As with most things that we discuss on this channel, I will not make the mistake again of thinking that this won't escalate. It probably will. Maybe you definitely will. Who's to say? But in the end, I am hopeful that the efforts being put into this issue will see a positive change for female inmates and women in general. Now, before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out established titles using the link in the description. It makes a great last-minute Father's Day gift. I'm serious.
Throw this tactical, so
ads love this kind of thing. And when you use code Sydney, you get an additional 10% off your entire purchase. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is this issue as crazy as I think it is? Do you
Yes, it is.
that it's being once again blown out of proportion, that it's not that big of a deal? Do you
It is a big deal. It's people just being dicks, dude.
believe that transgender inmates belong in the facility that matches their gender identity?
No, especially if they're not fully transitioned.
Do you think that it's wrong? Do you think that we're putting women
It's beyond wrong. It's disgusting and fucked up with these assholes who are taking advantage of trans rights just because they don't want to face the consequences. It's disgusting, YouTube.
at risk? Do you think that there are any
Yeah, it's definitely putting people at risk.
other ways to solve this problem besides putting people in either sex's institution? And what do you generally make of this?
How you solve the problem? Don't let them have that right, dude. Be like, sorry, this is prison, man. You should have thought about that before you committed your crime. Get into the time, don't do the crime.
Issue overall, as a
This issue can fuck off and kiss my 80% British, 30% Scottish ass.
if you like the video, hit subscribe, the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Just be respectful about it. And I will see you guys next time.
Anyways, YouTube, we've been going for like an hour long. I'll catch you later.